What's going on, everybody? How is it going? Thank you for joining me for another BG-Cast Wednesday live podcast. So tonight's going to be a quick stream. We've got the full-length feature show happening tomorrow night with Raphael Tiriel. I'm really looking forward to sitting down with him. But nonetheless, I want to say a couple things first before we get into my speech and the things that I need to get off my chest at this point in time. So apparently, there are some people who are a little upset about my last episode. And the one thing I want to say about it is this. Okay, I actually did a post on my social media about this as well. Guys, a lot of the guests that I have on, I don't necessarily agree with everything that they say. Okay, I've had people on here that I haven't agreed with really at all. But here's the thing, guys. I don't care if I 100% agree with them or not. Okay. I host a positive and respectful atmosphere for individuals who come on this show to speak their stories, speak their truths, talk about their research. Okay. And that's the way it is. And that's the way it needs to be. And I'm going to get into that a little bit further. And it just really shocks me sometimes how a lot of people in this community either have more healing that they need to do, or they just are not sound enough in their ideology to have it challenged. Okay, and if anything, some of these individuals that got really upset with me over this episode proved their point by acting the way they did. So guys, you did not do a service to yourselves with this at all. But nonetheless, let's get this out of the way. I have a speech that I wrote because I need to get this off my chest. And guys, I've only been in rare form about one time, other than this, in the 2 seasons that BG Cast has been running at this point. But honestly, I've got to get this off my chest because it needs to be said and people need to be made aware of this. So nonetheless, let's get started. And I'm sure you guys are going to like this. And then after I am done with this, we're going to discuss solutions. Okay. I'm not going to sit here and bitch and moan like 80% of these other fucking podcasters do out here about the issues. No, we're going to discuss actual fucking solutions. Thanks, Marjorie. I appreciate you being here. Thanks everybody who's here right now. It's nice to see all of y'all. All right, guys. So here we go. Here's the speech. Tonight, I'd like to address the spiritual and the truther communities, as I feel we have reached a shift in our world stage over the past weekend and week. And I'm sure some of you can agree with that. We are no longer in yesterday at this point, but that doesn't have to be a bad thing. All I can say at this point is I am very disappointed with a lot of my community. And it makes me very disheartened to say that, because deep down, I love you guys. I truly do. I love each and every one of you. And you might say that whatever about that, but I do, guys, because I view you as my comrades. Okay. I view all of you as brothers and sisters in arms, and I always will. And the fact that some of you out there do not feel that way, you're the goddamn problem. All right. And I'll tell you to your face. And that's just kind of where the fuck I'm at with it at this point. All right. So let's get down, guys, because I do love you guys truly. Whether what happened was staged, an inside job, or completely and totally real, I am absolutely fed up with the fact my community continues to fall prey to something they claim they are aware of and acknowledge: Hegelian dialect and divide and conquer, or divide and rule. It seems a lot of you out there are okay with these individuals winning and ruling over us with your goddamn behavior. That's just kind of where I'm at with it. Okay. Why? Just why? A lot of you claim to be awakened and acknowledge this fact about Hegelian dialect and divide and conquer and divide and rule. Yet you seem to fall prey to this time and time again. And I'm asking you why. I'm asking you why. Look at what happened last Saturday: the attempted assassination of Donald Trump, and how it ripped another seam in our community. So many in this community, with their actions, dropped their spiritual nature to bring themselves down to a level that I just couldn't fucking imagine. On top of that, a lot of you are as well on your spiritual evolution in life. Not all, but a lot. And you feel the need to fall prey to divide and rule. You feel the need to do it. And I can't understand why. Then couple that with blasting and bashing and being horrible to the very people in your own community. And like I said from the beginning, and honestly, if you don't see it that way, you're the goddamn problem here. And I'll tell you to your face any day of the week, because that's where I'm at with it at this point. All right. How can you call yourselves awakened at this point? How can you say you're in search of truth? How can you say you're in search of freedom? How can you call yourself spiritual? How can you say you seek a new way of being, a new way of life, but expect to cultivate that with the very same habits that drove you away from the normies and the consensual reality? I'm just curious on how the hell you think you're going to do that. Beats me. Honestly, it's starting to boggle my mind, but I have a few ideas on why you continue to fall for the very thing you speak against and you claim to be aware of. And I'm going to call anybody out on that, because Hegelian dialect, divide and conquer, is known and acknowledged by every single person in this community. Every single goddamn person. But it seems like 70% of these people, oh yeah, I know about it, but fuck, I'm just going to fall right back into my old habits all the goddamn time and not do anything about it and not have any fucking awareness about it. Yeah, that's being awakened. That's being spiritual. That's seeking truth. That's seeking freedom. That's seeking liberty. Yeah, keep telling yourself that. You place your stock and faith in individuals that condone Hegelian dialect, divide and rule. You listen to them. People who do not relate to you. People so outside of your sphere that they are in fact in on what's going on. And we're going to get to how I know they are in on what's going on. And you all still choose to listen to these people. And you hold these people in high regard when it comes to delivering factual information. What this does to your psyche is, since you hold these shitty Masonic shill individuals in such a high regard, you subconsciously adopt their behaviors, the mannerisms, and the nuances of these individuals. And then you see somebody like me, who is just like you, a regular guy, experiencing this with you. And because I don't work for Alex Jones, the Micronova guy, Tucker Carlson, or anybody like that, you automatically deem me as somebody who isn't worth investing your time in. It's not just me, and this isn't about me. It's about everybody like me doing what we do, doing our damnedest to help you along in the times that we're in. What this shows me is you still subconsciously see these individuals as better than you or more than you, and that is a subconscious slave complex. So all of you out there who hold Alex Jones as the holy grail of credibility, or whoever the fuck else, who's the Hodge twins, or any of these fucking people, any other kind of spiritual, all of you people out there who hold them as more credible as the people around you, you got a subconscious slave complex. And I'm laying it the fuck out right now when it comes to that. All right. It's ridiculous to me. This whole thing has become ridiculous. Also, it seems a lot of you want to be afraid. Oh, yes. And you can debate me on that all you want, but your actions speak on this. And I'm going to tell you how your actions speak on this. Okay? Because you pay no attention to those who tell you not to fear, then put stock and faith in those who tell you to fear. Just like the people I listed above. Shoot, let's throw Chris from AMTV, Alternative News Media, in there too. You put stock and faith in this dude, all right, who's telling you that every single day the shit's gonna hit the fan, and that if you don't buy fucking money into his private island to save yourself, you're gonna burn with the rest of the fucking world. Yep. So the truth is, you don't want to be fearless. You want to be afraid, and you want your fear handed to you in a goddamn handbasket. And all of your actions are beginning to show this. Okay, you guys seriously want to be afraid, because then when you have somebody like me come along and tells you, hey guys, as long as we keep ourselves in this mind state, this positive state, and we continue doing the right things by ourselves, our families, all of our loved ones, our friends, and other human beings, you have nothing to fear. Y'all don't like to hear that. You're like, but God, Steve, I really want to be afraid. Like, I don't know what my life would be like if I was not afraid. And you know what, dude? I'm sorry if that's how you feel. I'm truly sorry if that's how you feel, man. All right. Actions speak louder than any words you could say at this moment in time. I am merely calling out your actions. That's all I'm doing. I'm not picking any particular individual. I'm calling out your goddamn actions. Okay. And your actions are showing me that you want to be afraid. You see yourselves less than these people you hold in a credible sphere that are dividing you up even further, that you think that are on our side because they're alternative media. But no, no, anybody else who could potentially Lion, I know you don't want to be afraid. I'm not talking about you, man. There's people here, guys. I know there's people here. It's not everybody in the community. There are tons of amazing people who are doing the right things. And my shout out and my heart goes to y'all. Okay. Because there are people here who are doing the right things. Lion, you and I will talk about that later. I am not going to announce what you just said, but you and I will talk about that later. Okay. So, and it is, I'm merely calling out your actions. If you don't like that, then take a good look at your goddamn selves, not me, you. Okay. And if you have that hard of a time of doing that, any kind of self-reflection, taking a look at yourself and your actions towards other people in this community, maybe this isn't the road for you in this existence. And I'm going to be straight up about that. Maybe this is not the road for you. Maybe you can go back to the consensual reality and hang out with all of them who, the red and the blue, both voting for the CIA at the same time. Yet we have all these alternative media and mainstream alternative media people pulling us back into the bipartisan system. It has to be a good thing. That should be your fucking red flag right there. Bottom line. Okay. Whether or not it's all fake and gay, whether or not it's all real and hetero, we only have each other. Despite our minute ideological and philosophical differences, all of us in this community want the same goddamn fucking things. Okay? We want freedom. We want liberty. We want sovereignty. We want camaraderie. We want community. We want self-reliance. We want self-healing. We want the freedom to do whatever we want with our bodies. We want the freedom to say whatever we want and speak our minds like I'm doing right now. We all want the goddamn same thing. Why is that so hard for everybody to understand? Why? I don't understand it. It fucking boggles my mind. Okay? Yet most of you still focus on the minute petty differences between us all that these Masonic shill alternative media personalities want you to do. And then we have people of notoriety in this community, like Mr. Truth Bomb, who I'm convinced at this point is General Flynn's fucking power bottom. He should probably just hang up a fucking rainbow flag on his site, on his fucking header on X with Flynn's fucking head. This individual loves to shit all over this community, Mr. Truth Bomb. But most of his fans stand heads up with their mouths open, waiting to receive the flying shit into their orifice, because this is where we're at today. Okay? Same with others. I remember the days where this community loved and respected each other. Like I've said, I've been in this for nearly 2 decades, guys. I woke up in 2008. Okay. We're broaching 17 years of me observing this scenario and being a part of this community. And I'm not saying that makes me better than any of y'all. All right. But I saw a time before today in this community. And I remember the days where this community did love and respect each other. And like I've said, I've been in this for nearly 2 decades, and I remember what it was like before 2020. Okay, I remember what this community was like before everything started becoming the way it is today. Okay, back then, even if we had minute ideological differences, we still rallied around the common greater goal and the world that we wished to see. Why the fuck can't we do that now? I'm asking all of you, why can't we do that now? Okay, we've gone from a unified community to a complete and utter mess. We know this was done by design, yet we have people who acknowledge this and still play into it. Talk about a double negative, oxymoronic kind of viewpoint on that. I'm being serious. Okay. It's just, oh, and let's not forget about Fritz Springmeier. For those of you who don't know Fritz Springmeier, I'm sure you do. Okay. When he was approached by intelligence agencies and the Invisible College in an attempt to be bought out, and he declined. And you want to know what he was told once he declined? He said, we own the CIA and the intelligence agencies and, the college said, we own the awakened community. So just remember that next time you decide to listen to Alex Jones. Just remember that next time you decide to listen to London Real. Just remember that next time you decide to listen to the Hodge twins. Just remember that next time you decide to listen to the redheaded libertarian. Just remember that next time you decide to listen to Mr. Truth Bomb. Just remember that they own the mainstream alternative media, and all of you put your stock and your faith in these individuals that they own. You quote them, you look up to them, you metaphorically suck their dicks, you metaphorically flick their beans. That's what you fucking do. And I've about had enough of it. Okay? And, that's what I'm saying. Or any other person you subconsciously deem above yourself and others. Due to the subconscious slave complex you seemingly can't get rid of. Because instead of healing yourself, you've dressed your demons up as spiritually awakened or truther. Take the easy way out. That's what it seems like. We need to do better. I'm not saying we won't have our issues or battles or arguments, but it is the awareness of this, the awareness, which it seems a lot of this community seems to lack, the awareness that makes the difference. And how does it make the difference? Always hold in your awareness. They want us divided and fighting amongst ourselves. They want us spinning our wheels, achieving nothing as a collective. And all of you continuously, and I mean continuously, seem to be okay with that, with your actions. Prove me wrong. And that's where I'm at with that. Prove me wrong. Okay? Because your actions say otherwise. You can say, well, you can have whatever the fuck garbage leave your tongue. It's what you do that I look at. And that's bottom line. Always hold in your awareness. These people you deem credible and above you subconsciously are all fucking in on it. General Flynn back in 2019 met with all of these, they had a huge meeting with all these alternative media people of high notoriety. And then look at the shift and the turn that happened with alternative media after 2019 and into 2020. You guys think this man is your ally. I want you to think otherwise. Okay? And you continuously feed these individuals your energy ignorantly. Okay? Keep listening to all the mainstream alternative media, and you'll be staying right where you are at for time memoriam, mentally and emotionally. Every time you fight with those alongside you, they win. Every time you buy into their bullshit, they win. And it seems like y'all love to let them win. And that's where I'm at with this, dude. It seems like y'all love to let them win. And like I said, I know not everybody. I know there's good people here. And I know there's people doing the right things. And I know there's people leading by example. I know there is. Because I talk with them and I fuck with them every day. Not in a bad way, fuck with them, but they are homies. They are comrades. They are friends. And they are the people I want in my circle. Not the motherfuckers who are okay with letting these people win. Mr. Truth Bomb. All I can do here is still continue to be the change and the example that I want to see in this world. I literally know that's all I can do at this point. But my question to you all is, why is that so goddamn hard for you to do? Why? Why is that so fucking hard for you to do? All right. And that's where I'm at with this, guys. We need to do better. We need to do better. Bottom line. Okay. And if in the end, I am the only one who saw this out and did what was true in my heart, that has to amount to something. And I want all of you to feel the same way about that. I don't understand. I don't get it. You guys claim to be awakened. You guys claim to be aware. You guys claim to understand what's going on. Okay? Y'all fucking claim this. But your actions show otherwise. I'm not saying don't be a human being, but for the love of God, dude, learn how to have the awareness of that fact. So that's my speech. I hope you all got the point. Now, the one thing I'm going to say is this: the solutions that I have for this, the solutions. Okay. Because like I said, I'm not like 80% of these other podcasters that just bitch, moan, and complain about the problems. I actually try to bring you solutions. But again, through your actions, you have shown me that a lot of you don't want solutions. You just want to bitch and moan. You just want to bitch and moan and scream into echo chambers and argue with the people who walk alongside you, argue with your fucking comrades, divide us up even further. I can't understand how I see this community that is aware of the issues and understands what they are, but instead of providing solutions, we just want to sit and bitch about them. Again, you're letting them win, and you're playing into exactly what they want. So solution number one, from now on, treat everybody around you, whether you agree with them or not, with some kind of dignity and respect, because that's another human being. And that might be your comrade. Okay, that might be somebody who walks alongside you in this great awakening, who wants to see the same world that you do. And then people like you have the audacity to turn around and fucking shit all over that person in your community. Okay, that's the first thing. Start fucking treating people like human beings. I've never seen such a lack of this in a spiritual and a truther and a conspiracy community. I've never seen such a lack of respect, dignity towards others. We're supposed to be stepping into a new way of being, a new way of life. We cannot be doing that, bringing aspects of this old life into that. So that's solution number one. Solution number two. Next time you see a polarizing event on the TV, all right, we just had the attempted assassination of Donald Trump, whether it's all fake and gay or real and hetero, whatever the fuck it is, okay, all right, let's say tomorrow, okay, there's another attempt on his life. What are you going to do? You're going to not give it any energy. You're going to not give it any attachment. You're going to critically think, and you're going to treat everybody in the community with respect. You guys can have, intelligent debate if you're capable of doing that. It seems like nobody is anymore, unfortunately. But you guys can have your intellectual, intelligent debate, discuss these things like human fucking beings. But giving away to the emotional attachments like you all have, that needs to stop. Because like I said in my post on X, you want the matrix to crumble? Stop giving it energy. It's as simple as that. And by you buying in to the emotions and attaching yourself emotionally to these fucking fake events that you see on the TV, okay? And here's the thing. On this show, countless times, I have discussed and shown hard evidence, okay, on multiple different occasions, that the CIA, the DOD, and the FBI have their hands in every single piece of mainstream content that you intake, whether it's mainstream media or mainstream alternative media. Guess who has a hands in that? The CIA, the DOD, and the FBI. They also have their hands in movies. They rewrite movie scripts. Okay, they edit and rewrite movie scripts if they don't agree how something is portrayed. Okay, God, I'm getting all flustered here because I'm pissed the fuck off. But goddamn, it's like, and also too, they got to the art, they got to the authors, they got to Hemingway in the early 50s at the start of the Cold War. The CIA and Hollywood have a revolving door policy. I don't know why this is so hard for people to just go and research. It's like you want to believe this goddamn movie is real. A lot of you want to believe this goddamn movie is real. And you know what? If that's what you want to do, you can't chastise anybody else for feeling the way they do about this shit. Okay? That's the second solution, is stop emotionally attaching yourselves to these polarizing events that occur, because for all you know, they could be fake. And I'm not saying what happened last Saturday is fake. I'm not giving my opinion on that because nobody can handle honesty or objectivity in this community anymore. So that's number 2. Number 3, I'm going to give you something really good to focus on, aside from emotionally attaching yourself to these potentially fake, polarizing events that the CIA, and the DOD concoct to sway this and cause us to fight amongst ourselves. Okay? Start focus on evolving yourself. Start focus on healing yourself. Start focus on learning skills and techniques, such as being a trade of some kind, learning how to make cheese, bread, grow your own veggies, hunt. Like instead of getting yourself all emotionally caught up in these polarizing events that could very well be fake, in order to elicit an emotional response from you, do something fucking useful and productive with your time and create the world that you want to see. Oh my God, that seems like such an ineffable concept for some of you. It does. Okay. But that's what you should be doing with your attachments. You should be attaching yourself to being a better human being. You should be attaching yourself, okay, to being a better human to your circle, your community. Okay, learning how to provide for your community, networking with your community, actually taking action instead of sitting here and bitching about it. How's that sound? Does that sound like a great thing to do? That would be solution number 3. And solution number 4, okay, for the love of God, understand that there is a spiritual thing happening here. Okay, this is not just a physical, material thing we are going through. Okay, there is a heavy, and I mean heavy, spiritual component to what is going on right now. A heavy one. All right. And if you can't acknowledge that, you are going to be stuck standing still. We are being tested as a collective right now. The wheat is continuously being separated from the chaff. And we are going to undergo more of these tests. Okay. And that's something you need to have awareness of. Okay. We were just tested on how we were all going to react with each other when this event happened. Are we going to be compassionate and understanding towards each other? Or are we going to ridicule and throw ad hominems at each other? Because we failed that fucking test. I'm going to say that right now. And like I said, guys, I'll tell any of you this to your face. Any day, any time of the week. Same to you, Mr. Truth Bomb. I know you live in Ireland. Fuck, I'll fly out there. You could fly out here, but something tells me you don't have it in you. And you like to sit behind your keyboard and just continuously divide this fucking community up even further. That's what I got to fucking say to you, dude. Come talk to me if you want to be big about it. That's all I'm going to leave it at that. Other than that, guys, those are your solutions. Okay? Those are your solutions. You can take them and become a better person, not only for yourself your true divine nature, your community, your family, your loved ones. All of you should be attempting to provide the highest quality human being that you possibly can on your temporary experience here. But because egotism, narcissism, sociopathy, and psychopathy has been placed on a pedestal in American society, as this is the cool thing to be, like I was saying with I got you, Marjorie. I'm almost done. I just needed to say what I had to say. But as I was saying, okay, I'm going to leave it at that. All right. I got it off my chest. This is what I needed to say. And I'm just going to leave it at this, guys. We need to do better. We need to do better as a community. We need to do better with each other. And that's really all there is to it. You guys have never seen me get like this. In the 2 years I've done BG Cast, I appreciate you, Majari. Thanks, man. And I appreciate you. I was getting a little pissed off there. I was about to roll off. So thanks for putting the damper on that. Because you guys know, dude, I'm going to tell you a little story about myself, dude. And I'm going to let you guys get to know me a little bit when it comes to this. I had a real fucked up life. Granted, it probably wasn't the most fucked up life anybody's had. I'm sure people have had worse than me. I'm not saying by any means it was the most fucked up life, but it was a fucked up life nonetheless. And I had a lot of things happen to me in my life that I had people who were supposed to love me and be there for me abuse me and do things like that. So even though you guys might not see it, there still is a bull inside of me. There still is a temper. It's kept in check because I've done the healing. I've done the work on myself. I've taken the time to make myself a better human being and one capable of delivering this message in a way that I see fit. Okay, but the temper is still there. And I still have a bull inside a cage, inside of me, because I am a Taurus. And that is one of our goals of being a Taurus in this life, is we have to tame the bull. But that bull is still there. And that cage can be unlocked when it needs to be unlocked. So other than that, guys, that's it. I said what I needed to say. This was a quick one. All right. And, tomorrow night I will be back with Raphael Tiriel. We are going to be discussing consciousness, the solar micronova theory, some other aspects of this awakening that we've been looking into, and he's been sending me stuff as. And, Raphael, I appreciate you coming on and giving me the time. Thanks a lot, guys. So you all have yourselves a good night. I will see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, Thursday, for my interview with Raphael. It's going to be great, guys. And I appreciate everybody who tuned in tonight. If this is your first time tuning in, this is not how I always am. I can promise you that. And, and I'm just going to nail this. There's a huge misconception amongst the common people of the mainstream reality that spiritual people are these perfect, enlightened, pacifist, do no wrong, don't curse, do anything like that kind of people. That couldn't be the farthest from the truth. And I'm just going to leave you at this. Religion is for people who are afraid of hell, and spirituality are for people who have already been there. And that's exactly what I'm going to say. All right, guys, you all have a great night. I will catch you tomorrow night, like I said, 6 p.m. Mountain Time for my interview with Raphael. I wonder what he has to say about the micronova. That's going to be a little different than Ben. But, Ben hasn't been on this show in 2 years, and he thinks he's too good to grant me with another appearance. So we're going to talk to Raphael, and we're going to pick his brain on that. Other than that, guys, you have a great night. Take care.